What is up, everybody? Sports Talk Detroit. We want to talk to you about the Detroit Lions bringing back a familiar face. And sometimes that's a really good thing. Sometimes it's not a great thing. Chris, I want to ask you about this. The Detroit Lions have brought back Jarrad Davis out of Florida. He spent a year away from home. He grew, he learned new things in New York. And mostly what he learned was he wanted to be back in Detroit. And so he is back with the Lions, undisclosed the number right now that I'm sure comes out any second. But what do you think about bringing back the man in the middle, Jarrad Davis?
Well, it's funny because in the NFL, other than like the jerseys, everything's different for him this time around. And that's what's really
Yes.
good for him is new coaches, new players. I mean, everything is different. And he gets to leave during the Patricia era,
Ooh.
right? Where he spent the heart of his career. He had a good rookie year. Then he spends,
His
where it's
whole
like,
career.
really let's have a good run at it. And he has Matt Patricia and it just ruins him. And then so it's like I don't know if he's good, but I liked him out of college. I liked when we first got him. I like that he's the type of linebacker that you have in high school that that just has like a screw loose that you're like kind of need that
Just
guy. Like
crazy.
he's
Yeah. Flies
nuts.
around.
It flies around. So my initial thoughts when we got him was like good because I would love to see can't wait to see what our coaching staff
Yeah.
does with him.
Yeah. So, oh man, I don't want to be positive on everything. I don't
Sure.
want to. I do have a lot of trust in this coaching staff, maybe too much, but here's what I will say. This is the ultimate test for this coaching staff. If Jarrad Davis comes in and is a quality starting linebacker for this coaching regime, they are the best coaches I've ever seen in my life because he got worse every single year.
Yes.
He couldn't cover. I don't know if you remember him. Him in coverage was an absolute disaster. It became a disaster. But what he does have is extremely good speed. He has good tackling ability and speed and space, and he can even rush the passer a little bit. He can blitz. I'm really excited to see what they do with him. Will they utilize him? Will he be like a first down middle linebacker? Will he be? I mean, like, what is it going to look like? Are they bringing him back to do special teams? I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I do know is the athletic profile is fantastic.
And you're totally right. We have to just keep in mind he's coming back here for a depth as a linebacker. We don't have any linebackers. Like we got to remember that. He's going to be a depth piece, but you're right. When you watched him out there under Patricia, I remember him being a spy there for and he would be 5 yards back from the line of scrimmage, which is literally no man's land. He would stand there. He wouldn't rush, nor would he cover. And it's just like stuff like that Patricia was doing that we're like, come on, man. Like, I would love to know.
He's a heat-sinking missile. Give him a target.
I would
give him
love
a target.
To know if is he going to be coming in? Is he? And we saw it last year where we did that like double A gap blitz all the time, and I think he's tailor made for that. He's coming, and if he's not, then he's dropping in his zone and he's not covering.
Board's not bad at that either. Our other linebacker we just got. Yeah. So I mean we have good speed between those two at linebacker. Good speed.
So we're not going to be just doing weird things with him. He is a straight line. I gotta go. Like I said, he's nuts. It's like I'm gonna go get somebody, and it's like I just feel like we can get him in a position because he's big, he's thick, he's a guy that is like, man, this is like a prototype linebacker that we get now that we've gotten to see. But I'm excited. I think that's where the like you said, I don't want to be too positive, but I think there's an excitement level, and there is just in general this time of year. But when you bring back a guy that you've seen and that you saw, like you said, get worse every year, it's like, dude, this guy was not terrible. He's we took him first rounder, so it's exciting to see what if he could just play well. And it's a part of this whole story that Tracy Walker, him, where they'd like come out of nowhere because they were just dogged in Matt Patricia's team, and now they've coming back and the fans love it, and it's like he's part of this new culture. But that's kind of really legitimately what it could be and turn into. And it's like, I don't think he's going to be anything other than a really nice depth piece, but he is going to get in there. And like you said, if he's just a starter and this guy ends up playing, like we're going.
It either means our linebackers are struggling or the coaches did a great job.
Yeah.
But I do think, and can I ask you this question? Do you think you ever see a world in which he's standing up on the outside? and he's
I
rushing
do.
the passer. I mean, like, is that something you think they see in him? Do you think they were working on? I didn't watch, believe it or not, didn't watch many Jets games. And, you know, he was injured quite a bit last year. He got very little field time. Injuries really derailed his season and they let him go. So there might be something we don't know about there too. But I'm just wondering, like, is that something you think is a possibility?
I think so. And I think we're going to really be matchup heavy this year with,
Yeah.
hey, there's some games I don't think he'll be on the field. Like when we play the Packers and they're 4 wide and we're just, you know, I don't think that matchup isn't good for him. But if we're going to be, going up against a team that's run the ball a little bit heavier, like we do, then he's going to be in there more and more.
Okay.
So it's going to be a matchup thing, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he'll rush the passer, just straight up rushing?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be straight up rushing or not. I don't think it would be the worst position in the world for him to be. Honestly, I don't. I think he has the size, the speed, and the strength to do it from the outside. I don't know about the bend. I know when he's rushed the passer from the middle of the field, it's looked really good. When they send him on blitzes, which they rarely did under Patricia, like never. Right? So, I mean, that was so frustrating. We're going to rush 4. Don't care if our secondary sucks.
We're going to
rush.
let
him get picked apart.
Our secondary is not good, so we're actually going to rush 3 to really
because we want another guy in the secondary. That's the idea. Is we want to give the quarterback more time to find an open receiver. We don't want to rush his thought processes. That is the recipe for success against Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully, everybody listening can understand sarcasm.
I remember Aaron Rodgers after the game being like, guys, the Lions, they bring 3, and I had a little trouble. I end up figuring it out. We end up scoring 50, but man, that was
had a little trouble.
That was a little,
because the week before we only scored like 28, but we managed to somehow get 50 on this just extremely good defense. And I'm just so glad that's over. And I understand that there's going to be games where we give up points and stuff like that, but it's another depth piece. And I think it just goes with what you did, a wonderful video, something we've been talking about, which is there's a clear path for the Lions and what they're doing. They're getting the depth and they're going to try and get starters through the draft. I think it'll be interesting to see where we get a linebacker in the draft, because I think it'd be very unlikely that we don't. The question is, where will we get one? I'm guessing that 32, 34 range, but it's good to have Jarrad Davis back. I don't think he was ever a locker room problem. He seems like he was a good guy, hard worker, good athlete. Like, let's have him back. I understand why Detroit fans aren't going to be excited, but I don't think we're paying him enough money to be angry about it.
Exactly. And I'm good. I want to see it. And again, it's another cheap, high upside.
Yes.
I mean, I don't see where there's not upside. This guy has not played a good year except for his rookie year. He really
it wasn't bad. We saw it. Yeah. So, all right. Well, hey, that's it for this video. If you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button below. That'll just send you notifications, let you know when we have new videos coming out. For the Lions, we have new videos coming out almost daily, a couple a week at least for the Pistons. And we want to be your go-to source for Detroit sports. So make sure you check out and subscribe. Until the next one, see ya.
See ya.